Hey guys, this is Jonathan, what I call it attraction. I'm a dating and relationship expert specializing in helping you understand attraction. So, the topic today, guys, is we just want to talk about chasing and leading. So, in every relationship, in every marriage, every dating circumstance, it doesn't matter what label you call it. Anytime you got a man and you got a woman that's together, you know, and working together and to, be together and to like be in love or create love or one day get to the place of love, there's always someone chasing and there's always someone leading. Now, because I say chasing, I don't want you guys to take this as a bad thing because it has a bad stigma to be known as, oh, the girl who chases the guy or the guy who chases the girl. Because in order to chase someone, if you just think about it logically, it says that the other is running away. If you're chasing them, it says that they're running away. That's how you're chasing them. And so it has a bad stigma to say that one person is chasing and the other is running away. And in reality, if you think about that, how could that dynamic work together? How could that be one accord? And so what happens is there's someone chasing, there's someone leading. This is actually the perfect balance of any relationship, and it's more not related to the push and pull theory, where someone's pushing and someone's pulling. Now, as I said before earlier, it's not the mere fact that someone is pushing and someone's always pulling away and someone's always pushing as to be pushy, as to be forceful, and then there's someone always pulling away from that. It's not so much of putting the emphasis on that, but it's to say that yes, there is a push and a pull, but the only time it becomes a negative view is when there's over pushing or over pulling away. So basically the extreme. So if you're pushing to the extreme, what does that mean? When you push or you chase to the extreme, that means you're over pursuing, you're over forcing, you're being overbearing. You're times 10, you're extra with everything. You're not giving her any space. You're all over her. You constantly text her, constantly call her, and she's just needing to clear her mind, but you're just constantly on top of her. And where to her it feels like you're smothering her. So that's what it means to be overly chasing. That's the extreme. So to the extreme of overly pulling away, the extreme of that, or the extreme of this would be to completely ignore them, to where you literally just ignore everything. You ignore all the warnings, you ignore everything about them, and it's just like that comes off as you're not even interested in the person that you're with. That's how that comes off. So that's the extreme of pulling away. So you got this chasing and you got this leading. So this person pulling away, this is a person that's leading, but if you get to the extreme of it, it's actually bad. It's actually negative. Leading is negative if you go to the extreme of it. Chasing is negative if you go to the extreme of it, right? So you always want the proper balance with with everything concerning the dynamic of the man and the woman in some type of union or some type of relationship. There always has to be a proper balance. Anytime there's a 80-20, there's a 60-40, then that means that there's someone doing too less of something and someone doing too much of something, and it could be good or bad depending on, you know, what we're talking about. If the person is doing too less of pursuing, then that, I mean, that could be good, but depending on how much less, that could be as if they're simply just not interested, you know, or someone doing too much of pulling away. That could be like they're not interested, you know. So it could be negative on both sides if there's any big shift of a 60-40, 80-20 kind of thing. But the perfect balance where there isn't much contention is when there's a perfect balance where equally you're both doing, you know, 50-50 pulling, 50-50 pushing. When you're both doing 50-50 of that, that's a equal perfect balance. And there is no contention in that. There isn't anything that's like, you know, that you can pinpoint that's could be considered negative or negativity or, you know, anything of that sort, because it's completely equal. But it's the only times where it's an imbalance, where it's not equal, that's where, you know, someone's going off on the deep end, or someone may be too extreme, which is the other side of the deep end. And so there's always someone chasing, there's always someone leading. But if both of those people have the perfect balance of a 50-50 balance, is not a negative thing. It's not derogatory. You know, it's a normal thing, and it's perfect for a relationship as far as the shift of power. You know, so I just want to break that down for you guys. Won't be confused about that, and don't look at, you know, pushing and pulling and chasing and leading, to not look at it as a negative thing, that there's always somebody, one person who's doing something that's bad or something that's not good or something that's frowned upon, and the person who's not doing that, that by default they're doing the thing that is good, or they're doing the thing that is positive, you know, because that's not always the case, you know. So if you like the content in this video, please like, subscribe, and share. And remember, love inspires, endures, uplifts, and bears all things. Peace.